Welcome to WPZA maintenance training videos. Today we'll be going through backups of WordPress websites. Backups should be a cornerstone of any WPZA maintenance package or maintenance system that you have. So if you're going to be looking after your site, it should be the first thing that you do. Generally we try to do a backup before we do any updates. We have found in the past that sometimes you may do an update, and halfway through the update maybe the server loses connectivity to the internet, or for whatever reason it only installs half the plugin and it crashes the website, or it just installs it in a bad way, or sometimes you may do like quite an extensive plugin like WooCommerce and you do the upgrade, everything seems okay, you upgrade the database only to find out that there's an issue and you need to roll back quite quickly to the previous backup state. Generally at WPZA we try to do a files backup once a week, which generally covers the files. It's only really high volume sites that get high volume logging and things like that where you'd want to back it up every day. Generally we do the database every day, so once a day we do a database backup. You just cannot do a backup more than that. Maybe you could do them every 4 hours, maybe every 6 hours, but obviously that really depends on the kind of traffic that you have on your site. And generally, even for quite extensive sites, a backup once a day of the database is more than enough. But today what we're going to do is go through the backups. We generally we only use one service for backups. We use a product called Updraft. It's well installed over a few million websites. It's very popular. It's very easy to use. It's pretty much set up and leave. But what I'm going to do today is take you through how to set up a manual, and we'll do a scheduled backup, and we'll take you through the process. We won't go into the finer details of storing the backups off-site. That's obviously requires just a little bit more knowledge. But what we found, our maintenance, we either store our backups on the Google Cloud or on an FTP server that we have. FTP is great because it's quite an old technology, but it works really well. The cloud works very well too. But yeah, let me take you through the process and we can take it from there. So first things first, we go through to the plugins. We go to add new plugin. Okay, we go Updraft. It's fairly not bad. I have installed the plugin previously, but what you would do is we'd go look at it quickly. Generally over 1 million installs, 5-star rating. You can see it's a very popular plugin. It is a plugin if you're very happy with. There are pro features that you can purchase where you can store your files to Amazon. I'm not sure about incremental, but you can manage a lot more sites from a central location. So there's quite a lot that you can purchase. They do offer their own cloud storage that you could use and you could purchase. But we're just going to use the free version. I'm going to take you through that. Okay, so I've already installed it, obviously. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to activate the plugin. Fairly simple. Doesn't really add any menu items, but if you look under settings, you'll see a new little item saying Updraft Plus backups. Okay, so literally super easy. There has been no backups at the moment. There's been no existing backups. So we're just going to go through to the settings page and we're going to actually do. Well, let's just go through them quickly. We've got the advanced tools. Advanced tools is great because it actually tells you what's on the server, site information, PHP version. I must actually get that changed at some point to version 7. We actually, most of our sites now we've transferred up to version 7. This is obviously still using 5.6, but I should upgrade that. I'm not sure why it's just saying 5.5, but we use MariaDB on version 10, but maybe it might be a little bit confused. Okay, so first things first, we go through to, sorry, I'm just going, as you can see, there's quite a lot that you can do, export settings, site size, that kind of thing, but I'm really not going to go through that right now. Actually, they have a search and replace. I'm learning new things every day. But let's go to the settings. I'm just going to set it to manual. Also, what happens is when you're doing a backup schedule, we normally do four backups that we store locally. So once it reaches the 5th backup, it'll delete the oldest backup and then create a new backup set. But I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave most of the settings as they are. I'm going to do plugins, themes, uploads, any other directories. I'm not going to email. Literally, just leave it stock standard. I go to the current status and then I say backup now. Maybe sent to remote storage. Okay, let's just say backup now. And now you can see now it's going through the thing. It actually super quick. It very, very fast because it's quite a small site. This I literally only have I think about 20 or 30 megs, so there's nothing uploaded on the site, so it's quite quick. And as you can see from here, you can view the log, so it takes you through what you've backed up, what you haven't backed up, how quick it took, it backed up the tables. So now if I wanted to restore, I just click on restore, and then I'd click on something that I'd like to restore. So I'm just gonna restore the uploads. I can either download from my computer, but I'm just going to clear it completely. Very, very simple. That's how quick it is to actually change anything. So we just go to existing backups. Settings, current status, existing backups. Fairly easy. But now I want to take you through the process of actually setting up a bit of an automated one. So what we've got here, we've got file backup schedule. So I'm going to say weekly. Now with the free version, it will create the schedule at the time of setting this up. So if you've got quite a high volume site, I'd recommend setting this up on a weekend, say on a Saturday, setting up the Updraft, setting up everything that you need, because that same time every week it'll do the backup. So if you did it on a high volume day, say a Monday, which is generally the high volume day for a website, every time when there's high volume on the site, it's going to be doing a backup. It's going to reduce the performance of the site, reduce the user experience. So just as a best practice, do it. Set up the plugin on a weekend. You can buy a pro version or an extension where you can actually schedule the time, but for using with the free version, just do it that way. I'm going to keep 4 backups for files. I'm going to do the database daily, and normally I keep 10 backups of the database, but that's up to you to decide. Most of these you can connect to quite quickly. Like I said, we connect to the Google Cloud. It'll actually walk you through the whole process of doing that. We generally use FTP, and you can see here you can put in the FTP server, the logon, the password, the remote path, and then you can test it. Always good to test it. I find FTP works. If it's a small site, it doesn't really take that much space. It's very, very quick. It's rock solid. It works. For larger sites, maybe you'd like to invest in Google Drive or an Azure account or Dropbox or something to that effect. But I'm just going to leave it to backing up locally, and I just say I'm pretty happy with everything, and I say save settings. And as you can see, it's going to do a weekly and a daily backup. Here's the current status. Now, as you can see, last backup run was happening then. Next backup schedule would be on Monday, July the 9th, which is in the next 1 minute. So it looks like 1 minute, yes. So in 1 minute's time, it'll actually it should do the backup. Let's just confirm. Backup apparently succeeded, is now completed July 15. Just go through it. I hope I don't have to sit here for too long. Next schedule, July the 9th. That's today. Yeah, let's have a look at existing backups. Current status. Actually, I'm just going to back it up now, and then we should have the next backup schedule coming up the next day. So back up now. quick and simple. There we go. So it's still going to do a backup in the next minute. So how this works is it does rely on people actually going to your site. So how WordPress works is it has like a cron service, which is it runs automated tasks, but it only really gets triggered if somebody goes to your site. So if you've got a site that has 1 visitor a month, it's not going to trigger this event. So you may have to go to the site to trigger the backup. So, but anytime somebody goes to your site, it may trigger the cron job and then it'll do the backup. So if you, like some of our sites, maybe 10, 20 visitors a day, you don't have to worry about that, and the site will be backed up. But very, very simple. Very, very simple, taking you through the process of actually setting the backup. We have other videos available on protecting your site, but you really have to focus in on backups. Backups are a super essential part of websites, of website maintenance. You may also look at your hosting provider. I know like WP Engine and Pressable, they do a backup every day of your website, and so you don't have to go through this whole process. I generally find, because we manage it for clients, that we don't always have access to their backends, to their cPanels or things like that. So we keep our own backup locally, and then so we can use it quite quickly. And like I said, it is the cornerstone of your maintenance. You have to do it before you do an update, because there's nothing worse than doing an update, having a problem, and not being able to roll back. So yes, I would say this is first step. First, run the backups, and then you could take it to the next level. But listen, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. There's more videos on our how-to section. Please subscribe to our channel and watch some of our videos every week that get released on how to maintain your WordPress website. If you like our channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified on any future videos that may be uploaded to our site. Listen, guys, have a great day, and chat to you guys soon. Cheers, bye.